To WCS Challenger as we get into our grand final to determine who is going to take first place and who is going to win $1,600 for that first place. As we now jump into Neeb going up against PiLiPiLi, and we will be starting things on Newkirk Precinct. To the bottom left-hand corner, representing Ting with all this mountain of mobile phones, as we mentioned before, it is Neeb. And down to the bottom right-hand corner, he has gone on a tear through the lower bracket, defeating opponent after opponent. It's PiLiPiLi.
Yeah, very impressed with both of these guys, but in particular PiLiPiLi, who lost in round 2 of the winners brackets. And like you said, Sense has been smashing people left and right in the lower bracket, beating BioIce, Samper, True, Jon Snow, and then Puck. That guy has not had an easy road, but now he gets to face the final boss of this video game called StarCraft, and his name is Neeb.
Yes, it is. Would you say that PiLiPiLi has gone through the lower bracket in thunderous fashion?
Yes.
Okay, great. Glad we clarified that, as for now it's going to be the usual 2-gate openers here from both of these players, but PiLiPiLi is very, very keen to always have his wall off at the beginning of things, which, you know, lends itself maybe to that Stargate play again that we saw him use against Puck on this map.
Yeah, there is also, you know, great mind games that he can use, knowing that Neeb was watching his previous series, right? If he goes for this wall off and then Neeb is kind of forced to assume there could be a Stargate, maybe he could do something completely different. Maybe skip on the Stargate, play a lot greedier, for example.
Yeah.
All alike. Neeb is going to have to worry about this kind of stuff, because if he gets it wrong, that's when it starts going badly. But from Neeb, very rarely will you see super aggressive builds, I find. Like, he likes to rely on his mechanics a lot more. Expand.
Exactly the same place.
Yeah.
Wow. So PiLiPiLi,
there's this mind game that I talked about earlier, right? Where, like, if you already did something, then the opponent thinks that you might vary because, like, you know that he knows.
It really depends on just where you settle in terms of how far that mind game goes. So Neeb is
also, if you're a genius like Neeb, you can fly in on your mothership core, see what's up, and then recall out.
All right, boys, let's go and find out what's going on. There's PiLiPiLi here with his probe. Just
calm down, Aussie man.
Didn't sound Aussie at all. We need to get picking here, casting some PvP.
We don't need some roaches for that.
Perfect. Throw another roach on the Barbie. Alright, well, Sorka is in a bit of an odd spot, to say the least. He will eventually walk away. Shade up towards the top here by PiLiPiLi. Oracle already being added on. Where did that mothership core actually get to?
Neeb actually went back home because he was worried about these shades.
Yeah, didn't even go.
And the adepts. And PiLiPiLi is the one that could get a scout there. Oh, just barely misses the Wild Council. All right, here's the thing about Neeb. And last time I mentioned that actually we saw it in action shortly after. He's sick against Stargate. Like, his Stalkers, they have some sort of like hidden aimbot where like they move perfectly and they shoot and they move and they shoot and they always negate perfectly the aggression of either Oracle or Phoenixes.
And it tried to come in, and it got shut down. Nothing much.
Right, this is what I'm talking about. Like, most Protosses there, they would take some damage.
Wait,
Neeb somehow not only pushes this back, but almost kills the Oracle.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get it actually then, but nope. As... did he get Warp Gate? I assume he did. Yeah, okay, he did. He just wasn't morphing in the gates for a little while there. That was scary. So
come on, man. You've watched too many of my games. These guys are professionals.
Okay, okay. I'll accept that.
Void Ray into Robo for Immortals is what I'm guessing is going to be the transition once again by PiLi. Now, Neeb again, he just got to see this build previously when PiLiPiLi was playing Puck, so he probably already gave a lot of thoughts into what he was going to do if he was to face that. So we'll see what he chooses to do. PiLiPiLi, what's going on with these Oracles? He's struggling to, like, this is what I was talking about too. Like, Neeb's Stalker movement is so perfect every single time. Like, most Protosses, they would just stay at home, be worried for their probes. Not Neeb. He moves out, chases one of the Oracles, snipes it, damages the other one.
Yeah, he has enough Stalkers on the perimeters, 10 in total across his bases. So if this Oracle was to go in anywhere, it wouldn't matter. And the 3 Stalkers are going to look across the map, see what's going on. They did go far.
Chases another Oracle away. 3 probes were sniped though.
Well, that's a good pickup at least for PiLiPiLi. 35 to 34 workers, very good, even. And, well, the Stalkers can't see it on the high ground, so that's fine for PiLiPiLi. Still just Immortals and Void Rays coming out here for him. So he'll be banking up on that army again. Now, it'll be interesting to see how Neeb is going to try and deal with this compared to what we saw Puck utilize.
Yeah.
Might just go and kill him. There's a lot of Stalkers.
I think just like take a third base, go to a ton of gateways, and then with just pure Stalkers and charge loss, I think you can do really well against this. Even though like he's taking additional gases now.
He does have Blink. This Oracle has to be careful.
Like I said before, it's super tricky to properly play against this, right? Like there's many choices. There's not necessarily like one best one, because you don't really know how PiLiPiLi is going to be mixing in units either. Like in this case, he didn't go for the second target that we saw in the previous game when he played against Puck on this map.
Yeah.
He's only staying on the 1, and he's adding more gates now. So we might be seeing PiLiPiLi going for a 2 base potentially, even though it's not necessarily the case right now. Like he's going up to 4 gates. It's not quite 6 or more.
Loses 1 Stalker there for his troubles.
Here's the thing about Neeb. He almost always goes for a third Nexus when he reaches 46 probes plus. If you know that as PiLiPiLi, you might think this is a weakness, because if you attack that base, then Neeb's gonna try to defend it and you're gonna have more army and your army is gonna be better. So if PiLiPiLi was to go for a massive attack, it would be very tough for Neeb to properly defend against it, which is just like regular gateway units and a couple of units from his robo, but he's making a ton of gateways though. It's almost as if Neeb's getting ready for this if it were to happen.
Seems so. And you're right about the quality of the army though, and it being able to pack a punch for PiLiPiLi. There's going to be that Twilight Council on the way for Neeb on the other side, so definitely has the potential for the Archon mix-in. The problem though is that arises that if you have too few Archons, then the Void Rays do focus them down very quickly.
PiLiPiLi is setting up some stasis ward across the map already. I think he's going to try to trap maybe a couple units and attack into this base if he can. Even though he starts the third Nexus, let's see, he's up to 5 gateways in total. War Prism now out to reinforce across the map. If these Stalkers walk inside of that stasis ward, this is going to be a disaster for Neeb, who already doesn't have that much anti-air in terms of Stalkers.
It's true, and they are slowly being pushed back there.
Oh, if he sends just 1? Oh my god, Neeb is... This is so lucky.
Yeah, that is lucky.
This is so sick. If all of these Stalkers got caught in this, he would have been in so much trouble. But now, because he has overcharged in position, unlike Puck didn't have that. He had only 1 pylon at the front that died instantly. So now PiLiPiLi is committing to an attack that I think Neeb might be ready for.
Yeah, quite a bit of firepower here for Neeb, as those 2 balls are trying to work away out the bottom. And the Stalkers still need to focus really on the Void Rays, though. If he can't kill off the Void Rays, and they kill off all the Stalkers, then that'll be lights out. But here comes another phone overcharge, working our way on one of the Adepts. Does bring that down.
Neeb being super patient, trying to reinforce as much as he can before he actually takes the fight.
And the thing is that Neeb has a War Prism that he can use exclusively for micro, whereas PiLiPiLi still has to just warp in from his.
He's warping in sentries here. He's going to try to split some of the army away, but there are Archons in this. This might have been a big mistake here. He needed to commit to more fighting units.
Archon's being pushed forwards there. One of them's going to get picked up by that War Prism up at the top right-hand corner, and this is a pretty good concave here for Neeb, who's trying to push this away. There's not that many Void Rays left over to try and deal with this, but a lot of the Stalkers at the back there are kind of caught and not really doing too much, but they will push it away for now.
The War Prism of PiLiPiLi is going to be exposed and I think go down. It looks like Neeb might have done it.
Yeah, it really does. And that is a fantastic little defense coming out from him. A Stasis Ward will catch some of these units. PiLiPiLi is going to walk home with his tail between his legs.
I mean, there is no tag behind this from PiLiPiLi. He's stuck on Immortal Void Ray production. He's going to get chased down as well, these units being as slow as they are. Nice pickups here from Neeb.
The fact that he has no more Immortals on the ground means that the army that we're seeing here from Neeb, even when all of this dies, just runs over everything else here. Void Ray trying to hold on. There's nothing at this third base, Todd.
Yeah, especially pylons. We saw Neeb perfectly get a ton of pylons to make sure he was going to have overcharges if he gets attacked into. Guess what? PiLiPiLi has only 1 pylon, but that's even going to be out of range for the most part, or even go down super fast against this. Yeah, he can just move back.
Yeah, easy peasy, and all of these drones are, probes even I should say, are completely sacrificed. Neeb takes game number 1. In pretty clean fashion. Very good defense coming out from him. A little bit lucky with that Stasis Ward on the 1 Stalker that he blinked back because it was vulnerable during that fight, but other than that, good stuff.
Welcome to Neeb City here.
Neeb City.
Where he's the mayor. And it's all about the mechanics.
That's right, man. Better get your car over to those mechanics. He'll fix it right up for you, man.
Sort of will.
Okay. All right,
And
so
before the recar mechanics, Bergman pasta begins.
yeah.
That's the best pasta.
I liked when, who was it who was posting all those pictures of sort of like in airports and stuff? Did you see that on Twitter?
Oh, yeah.
That was good. That was a long time ago, though.
Oh, Pig lost in WCS ANZ.
Oh, no. What a shame.
That's going on right now as well?
Is it?
Oh, yeah, it is.
How far was he in the bracket?
He made top 6.
Oh, okay.
So he must have been close.
How many people qualify from the ANZ
Make sure to check out that as well, guys. WCS ANZ. That's going on right now. He lost to Mighty Kiwi.
Mm-hmm.
How many people make it? Let me check.
2.
Yeah, 2. So you would have had to win against Azure.
Yes, to make
and
the
then
grand
one more
final.
match against Pro Bar Eggers.
Yeah.
2 more matches.
No way I could have done that, so that's fine.
Wow. You're really going all out today, aren't you?
He knows I'm joking, it's fine. As long as everyone knows that everything I say is not serious, including most of my commentary.
Actually, right now, Eggers against Probe. He's playing in the winner's bracket finals.
That's a nice game. Very nice game.
I'm going to keep an eye on that.
All right, then. Are you
Make
in
sure
this
to
game?
tune into that, guys, as well. Again, it's twitch.tv/blizzard_ANZ.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to look at it, it's going on right now. Eggers up 1-0. The Gimli Terran.
Go, go, Iagers. The winner of that qualifies for WCS Austin. So that is cool. There's always been a lot of hype around Probe in that region.
Yeah, he made it to quite a few tournaments. I think he was over at Dreamhack Leipzig and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's a look-alike Snoot. They look like they're twins. Yeah, I posted a photo once. Somebody asked me. They look really similar, I guess.
Cool. We are waiting for PiLiPiLi to get into this game. He might be watching the replay to kind of... No, okay, he's not in the replay. Abyssal Reef will be our next map. And can PiLiPiLi even take a map off Neeb at this point in terms of PvP? Because when it comes to PvP, Neeb is just showing high quality. High quality.
Yeah, it's tough. Like, you have to have a clean game. That wasn't the case, I think, for PiLiPiLi. I wonder how he would have gone if he had trapped a lot of stalkers into the stasis ward. Like, if he had trapped all of those, like got in the Dream stasis ward, might have been able to break through.
Yeah.
But Neeb was ready for everything. Like, the amount of pylons that he had on his third Nexus, like, I've lost a lot of games personally where I didn't have that. So I think from now, whenever I take a third Nexus, I'm going to start spamming a lot of pylons.
Sounds good.
Even against Terran.
Yeah.
If you have only 1 or 2 and they get sniped, you can even reinforce fast there, right? So it's actually super smart to make this many pylons next to it.
Feels like Marauders just come along and kill all your pylons instantly. They're like, pop,
Yeah.
pop, pop. But anyway, all right.
That's the sound they make, isn't it?
Yep, perfect. All right, let's get into it. Game number 2. As we have spawning down at the bottom right-hand corner, currently 1 game up. It's the king. It's Mr. Ting, Neeb. And up to the top left-hand corner, we have our red Protoss looking to be the challenger in this grand final. In the red, it's PiLiPiLi for Sidestomp Gaming.
Trying to take over North America from Neeb.
Give me your land. That's how most of North America has been in the past, actually.
Look at me. I'm the captain now. You know, Roddy didn't see the movie. So at Nation Wars, we were interviewing No Regrets, even though I think he wasn't the captain for Canada. Then somebody asked him about it, and he was like, I'm the captain now. And then me and Funka died, and Roddy didn't get it.
Aw, bless him. Wait, that's not... Oh, okay, that's not full Wall of Fun.
Roddy needs to watch more movies, man.
Roddy? Does he not watch many movies?
I don't think so.
No?
He's too busy playing StarCraft.
All the time, yeah.
And becoming a beast at it. Actually, he's become really good.
Yeah.
Saw him spike at like 5k 8 MMR in Europe. That's really, really good.
Is that higher than you, or...?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm at 5k 6 around right now.
Roddy's becoming the hottie. Wow.
Oh, he always was the hottie, all right?
If you say so.
All right, Waller for PiLiPiLi once again, not for Neeb. No proxy, looks like in this time around for PiLiPiLi, unlike against Puck. And no scout from either. Neeb did have a quick look around his ramp for cannons. PiLiPiLi didn't need to because he had the wall off. I want to see people cannon rush some pros to see how they handled it, because there were a few times I played against it and I was like, God, it looks really strong. Neeb actually going for single mothership core straight into a Nexus. I think because he's so good against target play, he can afford to go for this kind of build. It's not for everybody. And again, in the previous game, like what also allowed Neeb to do as well as he did is that he handled the initial oracle super well. And guess what? We've got another Stargate here from PiLiPiLi, so definitely a bit predictable, or more predictable here in this series than his bit before. Going to his sweet love, the Stargate.
Yep. So let's see if we can get much done with this one at all. I mean, the last attempt, I don't even mind if he doesn't get that much done against probes, because he then utilizes the stasis wards in quite an impressive way, even in this matchup. Unfortunately, it didn't go quite as well for him in the previous game as it was in some of the others, but definitely is able to catch quite a few units with them down the line.
One cheeky pylon at the bottom left.
Where is it?
Bottom left.
Oh,
see, it's so well hidden by Neeb, even we don't see it.
Oh, there, okay, yeah, I get it.
Crouching probe, hidden pylon.
That one is in an interesting spot. Is he just assuming that an oracle might fly across it?
Oh, I mean, sometimes you can get lucky and spot something with this, and also if Neeb ever wants to be aggressive, he has that pylon across the map already that he can work with, even though it's going to be slow warp-ins, because there is no gate with it.
Yeah. But I suppose if you just warp in, like, I don't know, 2 zealots or something to go into a mineral line.
Neeb playing it safe. Robotics facility. To be honest, if I was as good as Neeb is against Stargates with just a couple Stalkers, I would go for this build every single game. Because it feels like Stargate units don't hurt him. It's like those Dragon Ball Z characters, like you shoot bullets at them, they don't feel anything. It's the same with Neeb and Stargate units. You throw them at him, he's like, ha ha ha. Yeah. You're now behind, congratulations.
It's like moving his hands around super fast, like blocking all the shots.
Well, PiLiPiLi is supposed to be the
Force
Sith
user.
Lord, yeah.
Yeah, the Sith Lord.
But maybe that's the sick plot twist. Neeb is a Jedi, he's a Skywalker.
No, no, no. You've got your Super Saiyan in Neeb going up against a Sith Lord. That's a nerd dream right there. In terms of a face-off.
Who would win?
Probably the Super Saiyan. If I have to think about proper power levels, yeah.
You know what I hate when people talk about like Superman against somebody. Like Superman's not supposed to lose to anybody, like Kryptonite or not.
All right.
Only if he goes, like, if he takes a stupid fight against Batman where he doesn't recognize this green stuff that weakens him. Like, come on, like this is silly.
While this game is going on, and you know how I was hating on Spider-Man before? Yeah. I hate Superman even more. He's the most lazily designed superhero of all time. He is utter trash.
What about Captain America?
He's fine. He actually has a personality. Ish.
That's that you show some love for Bolt.
That's fine. That's fine. Superman though is rubbish.
Really?
Yeah. It just such crap design.
He's an all-around nice guy.
I suppose. Yeah, that's
the problem. You only like villains because you watch WWE.
Hey, I like to. Finn Balor's not a villain. Yeah, we're back on Finn Balor, sorry. That mothership core is going to die.
These Phoenixes going to take quite a bit of damage there. I was praising Neeb's defense against Phoenixes, and the fact that it was so many surprise Phoenixes here definitely achieved some damage with 5 probes dying. But Neeb, I think he held his own. He killed one of the Phoenixes. The rest of those Phoenixes are really weakened, so he's going to shut these down for now, and he's still ahead in walkers. That's how good he is.
Yep.
You killed 5 probes, guess what? He's still 5 probes ahead.
Yeah. He got a few workers himself, I think, with those 2 adepts that were going in before, but these Phoenix are really in a very odd spot. There's too much egg space.
One more of those died, and those are very expensive. That was a big investment for PiLiPiLi, and they honestly didn't do that much. One thing that Neeb does super well, by the way, as well, is remaking his mothership core every time it dies. He will use all of the energy of his mothership core before he dies, and he will remake it immediately, so it starts rebuilding on energy. Second Stargate for PiLiPiLi.
And third base is on the way here for Neeb, so he did spot that double Stargate.
Oh, I was talking about this! Neeb's going for double Stargates, so he's going to get a ton of Phoenixes here, I think, to try and counter this target play of his opponent. He has such an earlier third base.
Probably going to work.
Well, I think he's going to be Phoenixes. It could be Void Rays, but Phoenixes make a lot of sense.
Yeah. Phoenix would be nice.
And also, like, he's supposed to deny the scout from there, because there is only 2 Phoenixes left for PiLiPiLi, and they're even a little bit injured, especially one of them is.
Yeah, it's difficult to get all the way into the back of the base here.
Yeah, it's just a great location all around.
Well, Forge and Forge, as this third base is getting erected here for PiLiPiLi over at this
Phoenixes, yes. All right.
This is a good choice. Really cool choice.
Ah, this is so sick. And so here's what's happening. He's gonna go for this. What do Phoenixes counter really well? Disruptors. So then, now, if Neeb wants to, he can go into charge, and a ton of charge loads plus Archons. And he will have this one army of charge load, Archons, and Phoenixes that will deal with Disruptors. I mean, if there are even to be Disruptors.
So is this army the ultimate counter to what PiLiPiLi could potentially be making?
Oh, it's a great counter if you're doing as well in a game as he is right now. You know, having the Walker lead that he has, being able to hide it for a long time. Like, eventually, okay, look at those Phoenixes of PiLiPiLi.
Where are they?
They're walking, or they're flying to their death here.
Oh.
Yeah, there we go.
Yep, that's it. You're too close to us, and now you can't get away.
Flew too close to the sun.
Sorry, boys. Phoenix cannibalism.
And PiLiPiLi from there, like, he has Void Rays, but those don't have mobility over Phoenixes. So that means that Neeb can start flying all over the place and picking off probes, staying outside of the range where these Void Rays will be shooting at him. Third Stargates from PiLiPiLi is going to raise the stakes even more.
Yeah, this is cool. It's like, who stops with the Stargates?
And like I was saying, charge +1 on the way.
5 gateways.
Okay, he's picking up probes across the map, and he's seeing no reaction from PiLiPiLi. That usually means that the opponent's walking across the map and going for an attack. Neeb, though, it looks like he has enough.
Yeah.
He has a ton of Stalkers, he's got Sentries for Guardian Shield, for Force Fields, he's got Overcharges. He's got the entire menu of the Protoss Dream there.
Well, the Phoenix are going to have to group up together without actually dying. They're going to fly over some of these units. Be careful, he loses one of the Phoenix. Oof. With that many Phoenix.
PiLiPiLi cannot reinforce, though, into this army, so attacking will be maybe an overextension there, because, I mean, if you look at Neeb's army, I don't think he should particularly be that scared of this.
I don't know if
he might sack the 4th base just to make sure he doesn't take a bad fight, but I think he can go and defend.
The fleet beacon, though, down for PiLiPiLi now.
He just sacks it. I like this choice, to be honest. Like, Neeb is in a situation where... Look at how many gateways he's on. I think he can even stop making Phoenixes from there and just go charge lot Archon and wreck this. And PiLiPiLi going for Fleet Beacon. If he's given time, this could be dangerous, but I don't see Neeb giving in time. I see Neeb just massing and then going for an attack.
Especially with the
because he's a super genius.
He's at 89 armor supply against 76 right now.
So he can't see that, right?
No, he can't see that, but
he can guess it, maybe.
He should, I mean, he's very good at this game, so he should be able to anticipate where his position is right now in relation to his opponent. 4th base is on the way for PiLiPiLi, but these Phoenix
charges going to be used. Yeah. Ooh, some units could have been force fielded there.
Oh, trying to get down some of these Phoenix as well, realizing.
There's no Prism.
2 carriers are in production.
That's the one thing that's missing here with this. Some Prism to reinforce across the map from both players every time they've moved out. Actually, no, it's there.
Yeah, Neeb's got.
Of course it's there. Come on, it's Neeb.
It's Neeb! Well, he's going to send some Zealots up on this.
It's going to be so hard for PiLi to take a good engagement against this. Remember, there is force fields to work with. He has no Archons to break them.
Yeah, if it goes near, those 3 Archons are going to do big damage to those Phoenix or the Void Rays as well. But they're at the back now and not really doing too much at all. Guardian Shield's being thrown up for both players. Blinking behind the Archon so that they can get through and try and deal some of the damage, lifting up a lot of these Stalkers that we're seeing from Neeb on the other side. But army supply-wise, it's very much so in favor of Neeb right now. Massive amounts of Stalkers blink on forwards, and that's going to be GG. Game number 2 goes to Neeb.
Oh, that was so sick. That last attack. I'm so glad you get to do the play-by-play, because I'm just here like watching, like, yes, this is it.
No!
He reinforced with the right army more and more Stalkers, and I think maybe if PiLiPiLi shut down the Prism a little bit faster, he might have been able to somehow get a miracle hold, but Neeb just so clean. Even the Archons originally were stuck inside of his army and kind of behind. He blinked back, let them in the front, let them do their job. Super clean.
At this point, I don't know what stops Neeb. Looking at how he's playing these PvPs, No?
Yeah, I think like PvP is definitely good enough. I think that if he played slightly better and refined some of the things in his play, he might be able to do well. But like I said, Neeb against Stargates, every time I watch him play, I'm like, oh, well, this is kind of like stats. He's just insane, and nobody ever is able to do as well. Like his movement is perfect, his anticipation, and defense in general. Yeah. He lost 5 probes in that game, and still was 5 probes ahead. Like this is ridiculous.
Yep. Did well. Did well.
And then behind is just a perfect transition. Stargate's hidden at the back of his mineral line. It doesn't feel like there is much more that PiLiPiLi could have done. So he might just have to play entirely differently.
All right, well, we are waiting to get into Belshire Vestige for potentially our final map here, as these guys are rocketing through these series, and Neeb is showing why he is such a dominant force, really. And
he's a force to be reckoned with.
A force to be reckoned with. Look how fun's been thrown out. Let's go!
Let's get ready to rumble.
Pili.
What do they say in WWE?
It depends. You know, you can't say on broadcasts in the way that the gentleman does it, let's get ready to rumble. It's trademarked. Completely. There you go.
You can say it's time, though, right? Like in UFC.
It's time.
Yeah.
Is that what they say?
It's time.
Yeah, I think so. But the let's get ready to rumble is massively trademarked.
So you're telling me that if Tasteless trademarked GG like he said he was gonna, nobody else can say GG anymore?
No. I don't think you can trademark 2 letters like that.
Hey, it's Tasteless, all right? Like, you can do whatever you want.
I suppose.
Like, we have to say something else.
He can
even though they're typing GG, we're like, good game.
A well-battled fight. Like, no, doesn't have the same impact.
A well-fought game.
At the end of every match.
All right, let's jump into it.
If it goes 2-1, I'll round it out with a well-fought match. All right, spotted out of the bottom right-hand corner. It is PiLiPiLi. No, it's not. Rewind. It's Neeb, going to be representing Ting in the blue. And up to the top left-hand corner, almost down and out, needs to keep himself alive. It is PiLiPiLi in the red. As our Protoss.
Representing Storm. Neeb playing for Ting, has been for a long time. Ting, another one of those brands that sponsors a lot in esports. Yep. Lots of base trade tournaments. Huge shout out to them.
Yes.
Ting's amazing.
Ting is pretty cool. And they've been around for a long time as well. Like, in terms of the actual companies sponsoring over in the North American scene.
Yeah.
Ting has sponsored Neeb for a long time.
They could have gone to any game, but they chose the best one. What do you know?
StarCraft.
Second gateway underway for both players. Neeb going for a little bit of a wall-off. So was PiLiPiLi here on Belshire Vestige. Are we going to see a Stargate again here? That's the big question. I think it would be nice and wise for PiLiPiLi to mix in different builds. Even though he's very good with his Stargates, it's just not working out against somebody as solid as Neeb.
No, indeed. And it makes me wonder where he's going to go to from this point on, because even if it seems like Stargate is his absolute comfort, then you're putting yourself in a position where you're not playing as something that you're as comfortable playing.
I want to, like I said, I think it would be cool if somebody took Neeb in deep waters, like on a 4-5 base situation. Even though he's really good at it, there are still ways in the late game that you can trick someone. And also those carriers against carrier situation, they can be super tricky to get the exact right mix, to, you know, sacrifice a bunch of probes to make sure you have the exact right amount of workers. Yeah. Where I feel like maybe Neeb might not be as familiar with. That's just a wild guess though. Like, I haven't seen too many games of his like that recently. Like the most late games I've seen him play was back in the Tempest meta for the most part. But it would be nice to find out. And I mean, PvP is already down 0-2, right? You might as well try something.
I think a lot of that would have to still be airborne, though, because if you take it to later games on the ground against
No, that's what I mean, with carriers.
Okay.
And all that.
Because if you took it to the later game on ground, it would just end up being against disruptors, and Neeb's really good at disruptors.
Like, what I mean by that is that sometimes you play a super clean game, like really all around.
Ooh, nice
earlier on, but it still goes into a 4-5 base situation with carriers.
Yeah.
And the opponent has 2 more carriers than you and then you still lose. It's
Right.
like the weirdest, strangest thing. And it can happen, even against somebody as great as Neeb, I believe. So it might be a good way to try and go about it. But so far, all players have thought differently because they haven't tried that.
Already not the greatest start against Neeb here, as 3 probes did end up dying to these Adepts shading forwards. They did try and block it off with a pylon, but unfortunately it was just slightly out of spot, so they could slide through this little gap anyway.
And Neeb's the one going for Stargate this time, as opposed to PiLiPiLi going for Robo. So gonna be trying to do some economic damage with what I'm guessing is gonna be Oracles. They are highly doubt these would be Phoenixes in this situation. Usually 1 or 2 Oracles would be the way you do this. Whereas PiLiPiLi is opening Immortal. And I'm guessing this Twilight Council is going to be for Blink.
Immortal being cranked out super fast. Chrono Boost onto that as well. As we have the Chrono Boost going into the Oracle, with a Twilight Council going down now for Neeb as well. Everything at the back, making it hard to even spot.
Oh, these Adepts. If they shade forward, force more overcharge there, then that would open some window for the Oracle to do some damage behind it. I think he was trying to spot what was there, and Neeb spotted the Immortal. Second Immortal on the way already. And he's getting glaives. All right, PiLiPiLi is going to try something, but it's going to be a mass Adepts with glaives aggression, which actually, because he's playing against a Stargate and Oracle, he might not be ready, and he's going to start losing probes in his natural in a second there. He's not even in position. Oh no, PiLiPiLi.
Not reacting either, as it came into vision there for just a moment. Every probe he loses here is a bit of a disaster, really, because if he's going to gamble and try and go for something very aggressive, I mean, there's going to be Void Rays in defense as well.
And it's such a great choice of
oh my god, he's going to survive.
Of Neeb to actually commit for this long. He fully realized there was not enough Stalkers. Mothership Core was dedicated to the main, so he was like, I'm going to kill 5 probes, 6, I think even, and then get out of there. He even keeps his Oracle alive. I think a lot of Protoss would have sacked that, but Neeb is good enough to kill this amount of probes, I guess, and then escape.
The one thing that he doesn't have going for him is the fact that he doesn't really have that many gateways right now, whilst 4 are going down in the back here for PiLiPiLi.
I don't know if it's... Okay. Neeb actually starts glaives as well. I think he might have realized what was happening there. He saw the low amount of Stalkers. And a ton of gateways are going down now for PiLiPiLi. He's gonna buckle down and go for a massive aggression, KLRs.
Got to try and bring this game, this series back somehow. Oh, but Neeb setting up a stasis ward in actually a great location where this attack could easily come from.
Yeah, Adepts don't have the greatest of range, so if they walk inside of that, even though they would like to be shooting at it, they've got short arms like T-Rexes.
Scrambling to get back up off the floor. This could. The thing is that if they get caught by the stasis
I can't believe
ward,
you humored me on this one.
If they get caught by the stasis ward, then that might as well just be GG there, or a good battle commenced there, because overall, he needs every little bit of firepower he can get there.
I mean, Neeb read this perfectly, by the way. He dropped down a crazy amount of gateways.
Yeah.
He knows what's coming. He's got his Oracle across the map pressuring, making sure there's still Stalkers having to stay in that location.
1 unit trigger it.
And there's no Observer there.
Oh, he realized! Oh, he saw the blur!
All right, there's a lot of overcharges here for Neeb to work with. That's going to buy him a lot of time. He goes for some force fields. And notice he didn't use prismatic alignment yet. Now he does and goes for the full fight.
Yeah, he's trying to pick up units with that Warp Prism. Very good micro there by PiLiPiLi, trying to push down this, but the 2 photon overcharges have done so much there. And now he will hold on. More Warpins can easily come in. But that was good micro.
That one pylon that's injured, and then only the other one would be shooting.
Yeah, bring it down. Another pylon's going to be reinforced here as well. These Void Rays are still alive, still chewing through this. If they can kill off the Stalkers, then they'll have free reign over this fight. And it looks like more units getting warped in for Neeb right now, as the more Adepts will be able to focus all of this down. He's on the Warp Prism. If that falls, this is over, and it will go down. And GG is called, as Neeb will be victorious 3-0. What a defense by him.
Truly the final boss here in this last match. Neeb does not show any weakness at all, realizes everything there is to see, and as much as at times he's been getting caught off guard by some builds and some players, not this time. He saw everything there was to see. That was about as clean a scout and defense you can get in StarCraft 2.
Absolutely, that was a real treat to watch. Just every single game that you actually get to see of Neeb. I mean, commiserations to PiLiPiLi for taking 2nd place, but at least he's qualified himself for WCS Austin. He tried to put up a fight there, but We've said it many times during this, Neeb is king.
Yeah, PiLiPiLi is showing a lot of promise, actually. Like, he seems like he improves every time we see him come out, and losing to Neeb is definitely no shame. Maybe eventually he'll surpass him, but for now it's going to have to be second place. And I can't wait to see these guys in action over in Austin, but for now I guess they secured themselves quite a bit of money.
Yes, indeed. Congratulations to $1,600 for Neeb. These 4 players do qualify for the top 32 over at WCS Austin. So that is Jon Snow, Puck, PiLiPiLi, and Neeb taking those 4 spots and advancing on forwards. We can take a look at the final bracket to see those 4 players having their spots secured here towards the end of the bracket. And what a run from Neeb. Almost barely anything lost. True gave him a bit of a run for his money, but other than that, everyone fell to the power of the king.
Yeah. And that was a great qualifier. I really enjoy casting it. And he doesn't stop anytime soon. Actually, it continues next week from Tuesday with the European Challenger. And even right now, actually, it continues right now. There is the Challenger Southeast Asia, Oceania. He's got like 10,000 different names, but going on right now. WCS ANZ, I guess you could call it as well. It's already happening, and I believe we're going to be hosting it here on the StarCraft channel.
Awesome.
Probe just qualified.
Congrats, Probe.
So it's going to be between Aegis and a couple other guys to try and take that second spot. And on Tuesday, we're back with Roddy casting.
You are? Yes. I'm gone. I'm going to watch WrestleMania and then hang out with my brother. But it's been a pleasure to actually come and cast some more StarCraft. It's been a long time since I've actually got to cast some StarCraft. And I get to shout about video games again.
I wish I could say this. No, it was good. He was good.
You're a funny guy. All right. Well,
You'll be back.
Probably. Damn right, indeed. Okay, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in for WCS Challenger. Make sure to tune in next week as we have the European Challenger coming up, as Todd has mentioned. For now, that's good night from me and good night from Todd. Bye. One game away from the crowd.